Good evening, everybody. Welcome back to another live show on the channel. It is match preview for our Derby day away game against them lot down the road on Saturday. 1:15 kickoff in the third round of the FA Cup. Oh, Derby day is back. And I've got Tony joining with me tonight because Mason is at work tonight, unfortunately. So Tony's joined. How are you doing, Tony? Are we buzzing for Saturday?
Well, I'm looking forward to Saturday, but we'll see what happens after the game. I mean, we're not in the greatest of form hours, so maybe when the draw came out, I was like quite excited for this game, but now I'm a bit more like, okay, we're not sure what's going to happen, but I just want us to go out there and absolutely smash them.
Well, yeah, you know what you do. So, yeah. Anyway, guys, you know the usual drill. If you enjoyed tonight's show, remember to hit the thumbs up. It keeps us up the search results. So remember to smash the likes if you enjoyed tonight's show. And again, please, if you're brand new to the channel, if you're not yet subscribed and you really, really enjoy what goes on the channel week in, week out, remember to hit that subscribe button. Completely free to do so. Just help make the channel grow as well. So please show your support by hitting that subscribe button. And of course, the bell notification will let you know whenever a live show or pre-recorded video does take place on the day. So keep that bell, will keep you notified on what is upcoming. And if you want to donate, super chats are available. And if you want to consider becoming a member for just 99p a month, hit the join button and you'll be put into the next prize draw as well that we do on the show as well. 2 comments have come in so far. Good evening, Bia. 3 actually. Hope you're well, Bia. And evening, White Trout. Hope you keep well as well. And so is Lawrence is in the chat as well. Oh, this is massive on Saturday, Tony. It really, really is. Eddie has got to go with his best starting 11 on Saturday. No doubt about that.
Well, he has to. Whether he does or not, that's the thing. Will he make changes? Will he not want to risk any injuries? But he's got to go with his best 11.
Certainly does.
I mean, he's praised Dubravka, saying he's back to where he was. But that was only after 1 game. He's got to wait till he's had a few games before you come out and say something like that. We need to see Dubravka do that on more than one occasion.
Yeah.
Thing is, could he change goalkeepers for Saturday? Could he keep Dubravka out and could he put Karius in against Sunderland? Who knows? He might rotate the keepers.
We don't know. We'll wait and see. But he's got to go with, because if we want to, this is the only competition we've got a chance of winning now. He's got to go for it. He really, really has to. That means you select your best players, i.e. Sven Botman's got to go in there for me. I.e. Bruno's got to go in there for me. Jolin has to go in there for me as well. Gordon has to go in there as well. Isak as well goes in there for me.
Yeah. It's a shame Amiobi's retired because I could have done with the Mackhams there. But, Isak will have to take that mantle up, only. But, the only thing that, with it being a derby match, it's going to be the atmosphere is going to be hot. On the pitch, it's going to be hot as well and intense. And we know what Joe Linton's like for getting bookings quite easily, for the way he gets bad-tempered easily, aggressive. Bruno as well and Anthony Gordon. So we're going to have to make sure those 3 do not get any cards, because I tell you now, I could see a sending off in this game. I really could. Maybe for each team.
It could be, yeah. We've got to be careful that they keep their discipline okay. No one tries to wind them up, and they just keep the cool and just make sure that we go at them during this game as well. That's what we've really, really got to. So, yeah. Good evening, Brian. Evening, Pete and Tony. Well, if St. James's Park ever gets rebuilt, we have a stadium up the road, says Brian.
Absolutely.
Recall Hendrick for this match. Hendrick's long gone, I'm afraid, Bia. Lose this game, not only lose this game, not only will we hear the end of it, but Howe's job will be on the line. Rumours are already coming out about new managers. If we get beat, we will not end the end of this, and I dread to think, will more fans be calling for Eddie Howe out if this rate? Because if we lose, I fear for him.
I do as well, Pete. I mean, look, we're not on the best of form at the moment.
Mm-hmm.
7 defeats in 8 games isn't really great reading, is it? And and not only that, look, I'm not shouting for Eddie Howe out at the minute, but I'm just saying
No.
if we lose on Saturday, the pressure will really be on then. But the fact that things are coming out, though, Pete, I don't know if you saw this last night as well, but, and this has come in, I think, through the Daily, it was somebody from the Daily Mail, not Craig Hope, another reporter, that we are looking at the Girona manager. Girona.
I've heard something about that, but I've not read into it.
For Madrid last night, 4-3. Now, Atletico Madrid are no mugs, and we know they're not because Diego Simeone has a well-drilled team. But they're actually joined top with Real Madrid and only got promoted this season. 48 points, well ahead with Real Madrid. The only difference is Real Madrid's top because of that goal difference. Because, look, obviously they've got the Formula 8 Bellingham in that. But also, did you know that the owner of Girona is Pep Guardiola's brother?
Ah, interesting.
Yeah, so Pep Guardiola's brother is the owner of Girona, who are currently joint top with Real Madrid.
Blimey hell.
Suppose he's probably on the phone to his brother Pep saying, keep, try and knock Madrid off there because obviously Barcelona, really, because, he played for Barcelona, Pep Guardiola. So he's probably hoping his brother's team stays up there and knocks Madrid off top spot. But, look, it's going to be pressure on Eddie. There will be, without a doubt. And the thing is, at the end of the day, I know we don't want anything happening to Eddie getting sacked or whatever, but at the end of the day, if the owners decide a change has to be made, then we have to go with it. Yes, there's people out there talking that if Eddie Howe gets sacked, there's going to be riots at the stadium. They're going to riot and they're going to go to the stadium and shout and chant that they're not happy. And I thought, well, not being funny, but football is a results business, and if you don't get the results, your job's on the line, simple as. And yes, you can see it's down to the players that, and not the manager. But at the end of the day, the manager's picking the team, but something's not going right at the moment. Why are we not just, like against Liverpool? Yes, okay, the VAR didn't help us out, and
we got.
I think there should be a change in the VAR rules, Pete. And I'm going to ask you this question now.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, look at the shots he had, 34 shots. That's an absolute hammering at us, Thank God Dubravka was on his game that night, because if he wasn't, I tell you what, it could have well been double figures. But the thing is, the VAR, Pete, right? Now, Diogo Jota goes down. Yes, okay, there's a slight touch from Dubravka's elbow, but not enough.
No. Not
enough just to knock him over the way he went down, right? You would think somebody just blew a feather and knocked it, and a feather fell over. That's how he fell over. And the thing is, right, now, this is what I think VAR should be changed. And like I say, I want to ask you this question as well, Pete. With VAR, right, so if you're sitting in VAR, and I can see the questions, they don't want to re-ref the game. That's fair enough. I can see that. They don't want to re-ref it. But, come on, when you see something as blatant as that, then surely VAR should say to the referee, Anthony Taylor, Anthony, can you go back to the monitor and just have a look at this, because we're not 100% sure that's a penalty. There is contact, but we don't think it's enough to knock him over the way he has. But do you want to go back and have a second look? And if you don't agree with us, stick to your decision. But if you agree with us, then you can, And he could have gone back to the monitor and had a look at that and probably thought, no. And I agree with Joey Barton, our ex-player, who is an absolute legend for us, by the way. But he actually come out, Joey Barton, and said about all this diving, and he said, VAR is creating more cheats, he says, because the thing is, he says, what VAR should be doing is overturn that penalty, and then players should be getting retrospective action. And I totally agree with Barton. He's absolutely spot on.
Yeah, I agree with that as well. But will they do it?
But what's your thoughts on that VAR thing? Do you think they should be changing it?
You should be, yes, because it's causing all sorts of problems. It's not just one season. It's for pretty much a couple of seasons at the very least now. And it's not getting any better. Yeah. It's really, really not getting any better. White Trout says, I really hope it doesn't turn into that Hullett-Shearer derby game. Eddie will be under serious pressure to select the right players. He's got to go with his best 11. That's the main thing. And I've just named a few who should be in that start lineup for me tomorrow. 100% they should be in that start lineup completely tomorrow.
Who would you start at left back, Pete? If Trippier's fit, would you start Livermore or Dan Burn? Or Lewis
Livermore.
Yeah.
Dan Burn is way off his game at the moment. I know he's one of our us, but he looks completely out of form at the moment, and that's my cause of concern as well. So for me, Livermore should go left back. If Trippier's fit, and he goes in at right back.
Yeah.
You've got to play Isak. I mean, because we've got Callum Wilson's now missing this game, which is a massive, massive kick in the balls, because we would have really liked to have had him for this game. But I said it before, he was due another muscle injury. And apparently could be out to the end of this month.
I'm going to ask you a serious question here, Pete. Now, look, because he's still a sellable asset, would you sell Callum Wilson in the summer? Because I would say yes. If we get the strikers in, sell him. But
yeah,
one thing I am gutted about is we have missed out on one huge striker coming into this club. We have missed out on a bargain, in fact. And that is the guy who plays the centre, Marcos Leonardo.
Mm-hmm.
He would have cost us 18 million euros. He's going to Benfica for 18 million euros. That's about 16 million quid. And the only clause that the Santos asked is if they sell him on, they get 10% of the fee. And do you know what it is? I'm absolutely gutted we haven't gone in for him, because at that price, we should have been snapping him up, and we should have brought him in. Because I'll tell you now, yes, he's young, but when you get these Brazilians in young, by God, they are good players. And I tell you what, he's got a tremendous strike rate, and he would have been absolutely brilliant to have as a backup to Isak.
Could have well done. Or if the Stuttgart striker's got a 17 release clause, pay that as well.
Yeah. But I don't see us spending money this month. But there again, there's a lot of media rumours going around. If Eddie doesn't get money this month, does that mean a change in the manager in the summer? That's another question. Is
it truth that Dan Ashworth is going to go to Man United? We don't know.
Man United fans have been putting posters up all over saying, "Welcome, Dan." with a red background and Dan Ashworth with his arms up like that. But apparently he's friends with Jim Ratcliffe.
Mm-hmm.
And this is another thing, Pete, right? This is another thing. All these Man United fans that were against our takeover and shouting, "Oh yeah, you have an oil money coming into the club and everything." Why are they happy with Jim Ratcliffe then? Because Jim Ratcliffe is into oil and gas, and this man is actually glad that fracking is back in this, that we're doing fracking again in this country, so you can have more gas. And yet they were slating us and Man City for saying, "Oh, you've got dirty oil money coming into your club." Well, Man United fans, what have you got to say about Jim Ratcliffe, who's into oil and gas?
Yes.
Would you say the same about him now? I bet they don't. I bet they keep their mouths firmly shut, because that's the type of fans they are.
Yeah, we'll see. Yeah, on that one. Patrick says, if also signed Tony, we get 10% of the fee. Yes, we do, apparently. We get some of it, so that's great. Because I think Brentford will slap a big price tag on him because of how much he'll want to keep him now, considering his suspension is due to end this month as well.
Yeah.
So
100 million, no? Would you spend that on him? I wouldn't.
Arsenal, it wouldn't surprise me if Arsenal would be stupid enough to do that.
Well, yeah, probably are.
The problem is the cup game's the easy game this month. Yep, it is. I'm absolutely shit myself for this game, says Lewis. I think there's a lot of nervous fans as well. You go and Pete, unfortunately, I wasn't successful in the ballot, so it's a watch along on Saturday. Problem for how there's something going on in that dressing room. Hopefully there isn't. We don't know what is going on. I know we talk about the Sunderland game, but what a nice touch by Crystal Palace. They've got a fourth kit out, but it's only special edition and all to the CP Foundation. Interesting. I've not heard anything about. City sacked lots of managers to get where they are now. They did. They got rid of Mark Hughes. They went to Mancini. They went to Pellegrini, which didn't really work out greatly, but then they've gone to Pep, and look how he's done with them. Magnificent. So, evening, Pete and Tony. How are you keeping everyone? Hope you're well, Lee. They re-ref games when they want to, like when we got that pen versus Arsenal last season, overturned it. It wasn't clear and obviously took 5 minutes. It did, didn't it? Not only if we use against the Mackems, Man City and Villa, how will be in Wayne Rooney territory for. It could well be. And Rooney's out of a job at Birmingham as well, which didn't last long at all. God help us.
3 pounds for a pound are gone now, then, aren't they?
Yeah, God help us because it's Craig Pawson is the referee for Saturday. I could see there being a couple of red cards. We know Craig Pawson is not highly rated.
No.
So, yeah. Dubravka even pulled his arm out the way as well. VAR should be shown different angles instead of one. They're spoiling the game and costing a lot of teams. Exactly, because they cannot organise a piss up in a brewery. That's the problem. And they'll not change it because of how inconsistent they are. If Trippier's not fit, I'd look at starting Kraft at right back. Yeah, do you know what? Why not? Kraft's not a bad choice as well. Hi, guys. Hope you're well. Clark. Hi, Ian. Hope you're well. Like I said yesterday, I put this down to the club. They've lost control of everything. Contracts to YouTubers, let rumours to develop who's shagging, who Ashworth in the outer CEO, nowhere to be seen. Well, I mean, again, this Newcastle buying escorts, that came out, and I'm not sure. I don't think I believe a word of it, to be honest.
No, it was rumoured by a Mackham on it. So, says it all, Pete, doesn't it?
We don't know who it was. Hi,
well, that's what they're saying.
Lewis. Julie, hope you're well. Julie, Callum Wilson is in Dubai, where all the Saudi footballers live. I heard that Callum Wilson is in Dubai, so we don't know what he's doing. Is he getting some kind of recovery treatment over there? We don't know. But I'm just gutted, in a way, Wilson's missing for this game. But I said he was due another muscle injury, and Wilson, you just can't keep him fit now. That's the problem. If Wilson stays next season, he's going to be more of a squad player. He's not going to become regular starter anymore.
Well, that's what I'm saying, Pete. If we get another striker and another 2 in the summer, I think you let Wilson go because he's a sellable asset still. You'd still get 20 million for Wilson in the Premier League because he can bang the goals in. He just can't stay fit. That's the problem. If he could stay fit for a season, he would bang in over 20 goals a season.
He could do, or it wouldn't surprise me if we to keep Wilson next season and then he retires after that. It's 33.
I would sell him, to be honest with you, to get the money in for FFP as well.
Yeah. Wilson, I wouldn't mind selling in the summer, but we need a replacement. We do. VR generates huge content for the media. I can't see them want to change that exactly. And Julie, welcome to me. And the Stuttgart strike is going to the Africa Cup and Cup of Nations this month. I think he is.
Yeah, he is.
Well, he would be able to play straight away.
Yeah, but you'll only be away a fortnight because there's no way they're getting out of that group, Guinea, because in that group you've got Senegal, Cameroon as well, and you've got Minte's team as well. So Gambia. So they ain't getting out of that group. So he'll be back in a couple of weeks.
Yeah, it could well be. It's worrying that we are barely linked to anyone in the papers apart from Phillips, and I don't have a clue who keeps pushing that he won't add anything to us. The fact is, this Phillips thing, I don't know what's going on, but what I've been hearing is that Man City want at least a 5 million loan fee, and they want us to pay his wages up 150 grand's worth of wages every week.
It's looking like he could be on his way to Bayern Munich now.
I mean, I'll be saying no if he's asking for. If we're asking to pay 150 grand of wages a week, I'll be saying no to that straight away.
Yeah, absolutely.
Peter Silverson doesn't know how FFP works. Yeah.
Well, he's our commercial guy.
Yeah. Wilson is an injury pro. Need to sell in the summer. He's been good for us and need to move forward as well. In terms of FFP, I don't know if anyone's seen the rumour. I know TalkSport broke this out that apparently Nottingham Forest apparently been under investigation as well.
They've been cleared now by the Premier League today.
Oh, they've been cleared. It's been cleared, is it?
It's because of the John Joe Shelby thing, and there's no wrongdoing in it now, so it's all been sorted.
Oh, well, then.
So they won't face any punishment.
Okay. Wilson, an injury pro, need to sell in the summer. He's been good for us and need to move forward. Yeah. Apparently Lewis says, apparently Brentford have put 100 million on Ivan Toney. We never sold him to Brentford, so how would we get a sell on?
That's a good question.
I forgot how these sell-ons work, to be honest.
because we sold him to Peterborough, and then they
We
sold
did.
him on to Brentford.
Yeah, that's right. We did. Pawson not the right ref for this derby. He's not the greatest of all, is he? All my Sunderland friends have been in meltdown after what happened with posters have been put in the black pub in the stadium, I can imagine. Pawson is a wank spangle, says Ronald. Oh,
Well
need
said,
a,
Ronald.
need a strong ref for a derby, we do. Like Mark Clattenburg back in the day, yeah. What will you and Tony do if we lose? I'm going to the Newcastle fan zone in the city centre. I'll be ranting like Matty from the Magpie channel if we lose. Oh, the Mackham's Rick decoration and then club statement apologising as an embarrassment for them. Yeah, I've seen it as well. Just think if we had African players in the African Cup of Nations, we would lose bar. Yeah. Is it true the game on Saturday is on normal TV, ITV1?
Yes.
I'm pretty sure it is. It is, yeah.
Yeah, ITV1.
If Man City want an obligation to buy us for Talon Phillips, I forget it. With Tonali being back in August, don't want to have to pay his full wages if things don't work out. No, definitely not. I'll not be paying the full wages like that if they want a loan deal. 150k a week, that's the going rate. If you're going to improve, the wage bill must go up. But still, have we got the FFP to do that? I don't know. I don't think we've got any players on the high of a wage, have we yet?
Yeah, Bruno is.
Oh, Bruno's on that one.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Yes. I think it's because Peterborough have a certain 30% sell on close. If Brentford sell Tony, then you have to pay us 10% of that. All right, then. Coffee, good evening. Hope you're well.
Hey, Coffee.
Absolutely lifting if we lose. Oh, I dread to think what it could be like. Frank is giving Newt away about Tony, but he's saying he welcomes him back. I thought we go 1 million when people sold him to Brentford. Not saying, no, I can't remember. Oh, Bruno and Isak are on 150k a week. But it's still 150k a week for someone on loan.
Yeah, I know.
I really, really don't want. I don't really see the point in that, to be honest. I really, really don't. So you know. Oh, and Mason's in. Must be on his break.
Oh, mate.
Hope you're well, Mason. Really, really hope you're well, Mason. So yeah, but if Eddie doesn't go with his strongest 11, then I really do fear what could happen. Because Sunderland will want to go with their strongest 11 as well.
Oh, you can see it's happening already. They're going to put their strongest team out. Well, whoever that strongest team is. I mean, look, we don't really know many of that players.
I mean, that Pritchard's not a bad player.
No.
They've got, of course, Joe Bellingham as well.
Mm-hmm.
That Luke O'Nien, I don't think he's a bad player as well. So, yeah. But we need to look at, and we've got to play our top players in this game, because the fact is, Tony, we've got at least another week before we play Man City at home.
Yeah, absolutely. And then after that game, the Man City game, we have 2 weeks off before we play Villa. So
yeah, we do.
I mean, it's going to be tough. But look, as much as we want to go out there and smash them, Sunderland are going to be tough. Let's be honest. It's going to be a tough game.
They'll be up for this as well, no doubt about it.
But it's it is going to be a tough game. But it's one we can win. Just depends how we approach it on the day.
That's it.
And it depends how much a lot of our players. I mean, the likes of Longstaff, who's played in the derby, Mailey, local lads, Dan Byrne, all know what it means to play in the derby. Yeah. And the thing is, hopefully the lads have watched videos of the derby matches, like the 5-1 at home to Sunderland, and when we beat them 4-1 away when they were 1-0 up, and Albert Luque wraps it up. Mm-hmm. Remember Chopra coming on and getting the equaliser? He just ran onto the field straight into the box and got the ball in at the back of the net. It was brilliant, that.
Yes. And
then we saw Shearer's penalty, and then we saw the Nzogbia goal, which was a fantastic goal. And then obviously terrible defending from Sunderland, and Luque went through and scored as well. And, That was the season they went down on 11 points. It couldn't happen to a nicer team. But Saturday will be a different game. Let's be honest, it will be.
Yes.
You know, it's if they were struggling at the bottom end of the championship, you may think, oh well, this should be an easy-ish win. But the fact they're actually at the top end of the championship, and now the fact that Michael Beale's actually already come out now, and he's starting the main games trying to get into Eddie's head now. He's now saying Eddie Howe's overachieved at Newcastle, and he said we've seen the holes in Newcastle's in the defence and everything in the midfield. He says we're going to exploit that. He says, but the only thing is I forgot we haven't got Mo Salah. And I thought, you arrogant crap shade, because at the end of the day, yes, he was a good manager at QPR. He went to Rangers and was absolutely diabolical. He was shit, and even the Sunderland fans didn't want him. So why is he all of a sudden stalking up the pressure now when he's only just come into the job?
I know. Another thing that concerns me as well, Tony, is how long we haven't, at times we haven't gone past the third round of the FA Cup. Last season, dumped out by Sheffield Wednesday. Before that, Cambridge United. Before that, Arsenal.
I mean, we got dumped out twice in a row. Lightning did strike twice against League One teams. But cup games are totally different. A one-off, it's a totally different game, cup game, and we know teams raise their games as well. Remember when we all them years ago at Pardew, we went to Stevenage and got beat 3-1 down at Broadhall Stadium. Yes. So it can happen. But look, it depends how we approach this game. That's all. That's what it is, and it's who wants it most on the day as well. Mm-hmm. Form book goes out the window when it's a derby and a cup game as well. So, let's think it's not a Premier League game. It's not points at stake. It's the next round at stake. So we'll see what happens as well. Whether it'll go to extra time and penalties, who knows? But let's hope we do it in 90 minutes.
Yeah, rather have Oscar Bob on loan. He's not a bad player, Mason. Remember, we're not playing Sonali. That could help for the big time being rumours with that. Is it back to the days that we just couldn't get the transfer over the line in regards to transfers? No, I wouldn't say that. We know FFP's the problem. Even Eddie said it himself. Even Eddie's come out and said about the FFP as well. Doing a good apart from work. Hi, Ian Mason in the house. Patrick Roberts is a massive doubt. Ooh. Hilarious that Mackham's a Funis for doing that border us. Yep. Bruno's on 200 grand a week, I heard, with a buyout, 100 million, I've heard. You're right, Mason. Hello, Lewis. Definitely need to give Tina Wynn and give Hall a chance. I think Eddie Hall will go with the stronger side than what he did for Cambridge and Sheffield Wednesday. No Jamal Lewis, no playing ASM as a lone striker. Should have Bruno, Gordon, etc. starting this time. We should do. I would love if Miley scores the winner. That would be great. They're missing Bradley Dack and Dennis Sirkin. And it would be the most Newcastle thing if Joe Bellingham has a breakout game against us, just like Windass last season. It's going to be much different to the Premier League derbies. It will be. I am typing. I heard like Pete says as well. More nervous as well. The higher league, and if we lose unlike the previous seasons, we've lost the first derby. We won't get another chance to beat them. Yeah, hope we get a win on Saturday against the Mackhams. Absolutely, we'll win on pens. I think if we draw, it goes to a replay to James's.
I thought they were scrapping third round replays.
I'm not 100% sure. We should win with home advantage. Now they've decorated the stadium in black and white away, man. Sunderland got another derby in a few days after this one. Oh, give the dog a bone, all the Mackhams fuck off home. If they so if I can see them getting beat, there is apparently a replays now, says Lewis. All right. Sheffield Wednesday last season, it goes to a replay. Ian's just said.
All right.
Yes, the North East Yorkshire derby was a shite. Any rumour it is, and they are like previous rounds. I still count as a derby, Clarkey. But look at it. Sunderland's FA Cup form is poor as well. It's not great as well. But the thing is, Tony, as well, we haven't beat Sunderland in a very long time as well. I know because they've been out of the Premier League for some time now, actually, because, of course, they went down. It was a double relegation where we got straight back up. for us as well. But the last game we faced him was 2016 when we drew 1-1 with Mitrovic scoring the equaliser. But we haven't beat them in a few years. But after then, because the last time we won was when this man scored a free kick.
Yes, Ryan Taylor. And we all remember that. And it never gets old if you listen to it on YouTube.
I've seen
where
it,
the fan says,
yes.
"You'll never score from there," and bang, it goes in the back of the net.
Yes. So we haven't beaten Sunderland in quite some time. When Sunderland have still been in the Premier League, at least a canny sometimes still.
Yeah, absolutely. And we need to beat them. I mean, look, there's two players that will definitely, actually, you could say 3 or 4 players, that we used to love in derby matches. And, obviously we had Ryan Taylor was one of them. Stephen Taylor, that we used to stand in front of the goalkeeper laughing at him and everything. And they used to hate that, didn't they? And he used to keep running away when the referee saw him. Joey Barton,
Yep.
he loved a derby game. Kevin Nolan doing his chicken dance.
Yes.
The Macam Slayer, Shola Ramiobi, So we've had plenty. Dabby's ass,
Yes.
when he famously took his shirt off after scoring.
Mm-hmm.
We've had some great, derbies down the years.
Yeah.
The worst derby I've ever seen was the most flattest derby I've ever seen was St James's Park when Rod Hullett dropped Sheeran Ferguson to the bench.
Yes.
And, like Shearer said, he said Duncan Ferguson come to me and said, "Look, we're not playing Shearer." And he says, "Why?" He says, "Well, we've got Bibbs." And Shearer went, "It doesn't mean to say we're not playing." He says, "No, it does." He says, "We're not playing." He says, "Look, because they're not wearing Bibbs." And when they went in and saw the team sheet and they weren't on it, they were on the bench. And Shearer says the next morning he went to the training ground because he was fuming to go in and see Rod Hullett. He says, and as I went there and I just rammed the door open, he says, and I was beaten to it. He says Duncan Ferguson was already in there having a right shouting match with Rod Hullett, telling him what he thought of him and everything, and how dare we drop him and Shearer to the bench.
Yeah.
And Shearer said, I just shut the door and thought, oh, okay, I'll leave Big Dunk to it because you don't mess with him, that's for sure.
Oh, absolutely. I'm going to be in lockdown in Sunderland as a Toon fan living in Macamland, batten down the hatches and keep quiet when we win. Will Bruno keep his cool? He's picking up more cods than the Royal Mail at the moment, says Whiterow. He's got to watch his cool, yeah.
Joe Linton as well.
Yep, I would love it, but I won't get Sunderland back at home, but that would be absolutely awful, says Lewis. Let's beat them. Walking deck chairs, Ryan Taylor over the wall. Last time Newcastle played Sunderland versus Newcastle United under 21s in the Papa John's Trophy, yes. Ron says, what do you think of Sunderland? And what do you shit?
Yeah.
What do you think of shit? Yeah. Luke, yeah, I like that, Ronald. And she would just post this, you've got to fly from Newcastle to get to Spain. I love that. Yep. Andy O'Brien, yes.
Liam O'Brien as well.
Yeah, both of them. Yeah, absolutely. Lewis is the Amiobi chant as well. So there you go. Right then, so we'll go into the predicted lineup. What Eddie Howe could go with. Got to go strong, yeah. Really's got to go strong and go for it. So in goal, Tony.
Do you know what I'll be? I don't know. I'll be tempted to play Carrius in goal because he could have an absolute blinder against them. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because he will want to, try and stake a claim. But I think he goes with Dubravka, I think, anyway.
Yeah, I think Dubravka's going to come in for me. So there you go. Right. Let's hope Trippier's back. We'll wait and see. Dubravka. Charles and Zogby had a good game when we beat them 4-1. Yes. And Zogby, yes, absolutely. Totally, yes. Even Sick Note scored twice against them when we beat them 2-0. Michael Owen.
Yes, he did, didn't he? Yes.
Yep. So there you go. Right then. Right back. Is Trippier going to be fit? I don't know.
We're not sure. Well, according to Craig Hope, he should be.
We'll wait and see. But if he's not right back, I'm going to go with, if he's not fit, I'll go with Tino Livramento at right back for this game.
Yeah, I would, yeah.
Okay, then. Tino, I think, Coffee thinks Karius plays. Okay, right. Centre-backs. Tony, who's taking one of them?
It's got to be Fabian Schär.
Got to be, yes. Got to improve on his game because it's not looked the greatest as of late. So,
No.
but Fabian Schär hopefully has a blinder. And alongside him is got to be that man there. Sven Botman's got to go in there for me. Yes, got to be in there for me as well. So there you go. Trippier if he's fit, otherwise Kraft. Okay, and in at left back, Tony.
Do you know what? I would put Lewis Hall in. Why not? Give him a game.
Give him a go.
See what he can do.
I would.
He's a Newcastle fan as well.
Yeah, I'm a bit concerned with Dan Burn at the moment. Unfortunately, he's not up to it. He's not looking form as well. Tino Schär, Botman, Trippier, Jamal, Botman. Oh, Lewis thinks Lascelles plays. Livramento left back for me, and Lewis going for Lewis Hall. Okay, right then. So 3 into midfield now. This man plays. Bruno starts is going to be in there for me. He has to come in there for me. No doubt about that. Bruno comes in there for me as well. Right, the next one in midfield, Tony.
Lewis Miley.
Okay. Yes.
Yeah, he has to start.
Okay, then this is an interesting one. Because it might be Bruno Joelinton. We have to remember that there's one Northeast club has never been shit enough to play third-tier football. I'd leave Miggy on the bench. Says Lee, Bruno, Lewis, and Joe. I think the next one in midfield could be Longstaff. So I'm going to go with Longstaff for this game. I think Longstaff may come in for this one. Hopefully, he's hopefully we'll see him back to his best, but I think Longstaff may come in for this one. Big Joe's needed to boss it a bit. You know, maybe Sunderland can be a training ground exercise for the Man City game. Right. Okay, then, right. So we'll go into the attacking three. So we'll start off on the two wingers. So it's back to you, Tony. We'll go on the right or left. J7 in midfield for me. Midfield easily bed past when Miley Longstaff play together. Maybe that's a good point there. Okay, so we'll go on to the wide men. So we'll go on the left-hand side first.
Oh, left. I was going to give you who I was going to put on the right, but yeah.
Actually, tell you no one. Go on and take the right-hand side, Tony.
Might not be popular, this, but at least he can deliver a ball. Matt Ritchie on the right.
You think Ritchie?
Well, I'd rather play him than Almiron, if I'm honest.
Because what I would have done is right-hand side. I would have gone with that man on the right. And for this man on the left.
Oh, God, yeah. I'm thinking of Gordon on the left. Yeah, absolutely, yeah. No, take that back. Yeah, put Gordon on the right. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah. And as I've said, this man goes on the left for me. Miggy's starting all day long. He cannot start. No, I don't want Miggy starting.
No.
I want Isak Almiron. Right.
Even Lawrence says rather have Richie on the right than Almiron.
Yeah. Good shout, Pete. So right-hand side, we're going to go with Gordon, and on the left-hand side with Joelinton.
Yeah.
Coffee thinks Miggy plays. I don't want Miggy playing.
No.
Right. Up front. In the middle. Back to you, Tony.
Alexander Isak, easy.
Got to be, because Longstaff's... Wilson's missing. And Isak he's going to play. He's got to play. And hopefully he has a blinder against them as well. So there you go. So that is the lineup we're trying to go with.
Miggy can't play. I'm not being funny, because the thing is, look at what he done the other night. Look when he put that shot over the bar, and you saw Isak's reaction to him as if to say, like, come on, what the hell are you doing?
What the frick are you doing?
When players are starting to get at each other, that's when you think, well, hang on, something's got to give here.
I think it's Miggy and Sink, and it's a sink or swim games for NUFC. Even I don't want Miggy playing, but I think Eddie will play him. We have to go strongly in this, and we have to have proper Geordie involvement, despite others disagreeing. Yep. Remember, we can't play in our home shirt. It's either going to be the green or third. We could still play in the home shirt,
We can.
but we might.
We've done it
But
before.
but we might play in white shorts.
Yeah.
We will play Tony Hall. Just hope Miggy doesn't put it in the back of his own net. Another factor in the Sheffield Wednesday defeat, Isak was not being fully fit. Eddie Isak in to get him fitness after injury. Not the case this time. No, definitely not.
And
So
we haven't
we'll
got a Chris Wood who puts it over the bar.
Yes. So we're going to run up for the lineup again. So in goal, it'll be Dubravka. The back four we've gone for is Tino Livramento, Fabian Schär, Sven Botman, and Lewis Hall. The midfield three, we're going with Bruno, Lewis Smiley, and Sean Longstaff. And the attacker three, we're going with Anthony Gordon, Joe Linton, and Alexander Isak. Is Eddie going to go with that? If he's not, who would he go with instead? And who else would you like to see come in the side as well? Blue Kit would be better, says Lee. Isak Hattrigan coming up. So, yeah, but good. We haven't got Wilson back fit, and Willock, Barnes, and Anderson are not going to be back still yet, which is another disappointing thing as well.
Yeah.
That's it. So, Tino Raycraft, Isak Hattrigan coming. We have to go in wore black and white stripes, surely, and playing white shorts. We could definitely do that. Last time we went with an away kit when we lost 3-0, which, who was the referee again?
When's that, Pete?
When we lost 3-0 to them in 2015 and Colaccini got sent off and the referee completely screwed up that game for us.
Oh, can't remember who that was.
Oh, Bobby Madley. It was a Bobby... Was it Bobby Madley? That's it. Lawrence has just said it.
Yeah. Andy Madley's brother.
Yep. I have played against Sunderland with Newcastle and A.F.C. Sports clashes with all Newcastle top and the Newcastle home shirt. Covey's going for an 8-0 win. Wow. Bobby Madley, I think. Definitely black and white to match the stadium deco. If only VAR was there that day, absolutely. Wonder if the return of the Magpie on the pitch, we'll see. Another point is us going hell for leather and get more injuries. Hopefully that is not the case. That is definitely not the case. But I'm just gutted. Wilson's missing. We still haven't got Anderson back. We still haven't got Bonds back fit. And Willock's still not back fit at the moment as well. And still got Nick Pope out as well. The same with Murphy as well, Jacob Murphy.
Yeah.
Unfortunately. But
yeah. The thing is, Pete, right? Now, as a medical team, they should know roughly how long players are out for, or they should give an estimate. Why is it every time there's a press conference, Eddie Howe says, well, I don't know how far away they are. Surely they should be saying to Eddie Howe, the medical team, instead of him doing that, they should be saying, actually, Eddie, Joe Willock's going to be about 6 weeks away. Harvey Barnes is about 5 weeks away. Elliot Anderson's 3 weeks away. Roughly, just give him some sort of rough. I feel so. I do feel sorry for Eddie Howe having to sit in that press conference and say, well, I don't know. We don't know the update. I'm going to say, well, medical team should be doing more. I know we've just got rid of the physiotherapist. We've just jettisoned him off, but put him on extended paternity leave. But, since Derek Wright's retired, our medical team has gone downhill since, I reckon. Because Derek Wright was our best physio we ever had.
Yes, and there is no VAR. There isn't. We need Murphy, back, says Coffee, Sunderland 1. Newcastle 4, Miggy scores, then an Isak hat-trick. No VAR means the ref will be letting a lot go. There will be a lot of hard borderline tackles going in from both sides. Surprisingly, we haven't had an apology off VAR in the Premier League. To be honest, apologies, they can shove them up their arse now. They can shove them up their arse now. Anderson was originally 8 weeks. That was 4 months ago. I was saying Karius might get a call, but I think Dubravka will keep his place now. I won't be surprised if there would be 2 red for both teams and probably 2 broken legs for both teams. God grief.
Don't be saying that, Lewis.
Absolutely. But what I really don't want our fan base to go down there is going down there and cause an absolute shit. i.e., getting into scraps with people as well. I mean, things like that are just pathetic.
Yeah.
There's no need for it. And I don't want to see our fans go out there and do that.
And the police have told our fans not to travel by public transport.
Nope.
They don't want the fans travelling on public transport. They want them going on either official buses.
Yeah, because that's they won't get your ticket that way as well if you go on the public transport. So you've got to go that way. Otherwise, if you try and go on the public transport, you'll just be automatically turned away. Don't make the metro run between Newcastle and Sunderland.
Yeah, well, people might go to work and things like that. Lewis, you can't stop people getting to work.
Well, yeah, that's it. Yeah, that's it. Can we swap Miggy for De Bruyne, says Patrick? For De Bruyne.
Yeah, please. That would be... Yeah, he's just signed a new deal, hasn't he? He's just negotiated his own deal without an agent as well. So there you go.
I mean, the only thing is, I don't think Martin, if he's watching, would appreciate that. Probably it's 0-0 at half time between Palace and Everton.
Yeah.
I haven't got the game on.
Apparently, we're linked with Dominic Calvert-Lewin again. I hope not, because I do not want him in a Newcastle shirt.
He's another player made of glass as well.
Apparently, Eddie likes him.
He's not that good. He's not.
I don't think he's that good.
No, he's not for me. No, thank you.
I wouldn't have him. No,
you won't get in
Send
either.
Him to Milan.
No, you won't.
Let him go to AC Milan because at least he can go on the catwalk then, can't he?
Yeah, I do not want Calvert-Lewin anywhere near this club. No, not DCL. That Palace game is like watching a coat of paint dry. Sounds like it's not a good game. Apparently, the West Ham and Brighton game was a drab game as well. I didn't see that one.
Yeah. No, I didn't see it, but it was a crap 0-0 draw.
I heard it was, wasn't it? And I think West Ham have lost that Kudus to the African Cup of Nations now.
Yeah.
With the buses for the fans go to the Sunderland game because I'm happy there are buses for disabled fans. Are you going down, Lewis, I wonder? Unfortunately, I wasn't successful in the ballot, which I'm a little bit gutted about. But never mind, it is what it is.
Coffee.
Dominic Calvert-Lewin should go to PSG. He'll be closer to Paris Fashion Week.
You can put a Sam Smith outfit on, the one that was blown up, remember?
Oh, yes. Hey, good God almighty. No, I'm not going. I was not. Lewis wasn't successful in the ballot. Never mind, Lewis. But all the Newcastle fans going down there, get there safe. Don't cause any shit. Please. We know we hate Sunderland, but do not cause a massive uproar and start getting into scraps with people. We don't want to see that at all.
No.
What's the point in it? So please, just act sensible. Banter, fair enough. You can have that. But to get into fights with people, I do not want to see that at all. It's funny how some coaches are leaving at 8:15 in the morning.
What, just to go 45 minutes down the road?
Yeah.
That's a bit stupid, that is.
Yeah. I know an Artoon supporter who were hooligan element throughout the graft, Sunderland hooligan and all. The metal thing is, most are Raji, but are kidders. Yeah. Ew, gross, lol, says White Trout. I feel sorry for the fans who have to be there for 8 o'clock. Yeah, 8 o'clock. I think Tom is going down as well. He watches this channel a lot. I think Tom's going down in there that early as well in the morning. So, wow.
I mean, if you leave at 8:15, you're probably going to be there by 9 o'clock at the latest. So what are you going to do for over 3.5 hours sitting around on a coach?
Probably get them in the ground and they'll go in the bar bit.
Well, from 9 o'clock.
Wouldn't surprise me. Tom's going. Yeah, Tom is going. I know because there's not enough buses for 600 plus for fans. The only scraps we want is on a fish and chips. That's what you call it. Or a bag of batter. Yes, Can't go wrong with some batter on fish and chips. Absolutely, You can't. Definitely you can't. So, there you go. I don't think there would be violence. Maybe a few antisocial elements who might try to stir up scraps. Hopefully, the police are there to keep everyone safe and they're not going to and are going to stop any that kind of stuff from happening. Because I think that when it comes to full time, I think the Newcastle fans will be the last ones to leave the building and all that.
Yeah.
It wouldn't surprise me.
Get all the Mackhams out first. So I don't think it's a sellout, is it? They haven't been able to sell all our tickets, have they?
Well, it's now a sellout game, apparently. It's now a sellout derby game for them.
Oh, yeah, because they asked to have season ticket holders. Would you like any more tickets?
Mm-hmm. Nothing wrong with being in the bar at 9 a.m. Never heard of a holiday pint, Tony? Same thing?
Absolutely.
Well, true, yeah. With the takeover, everyone looks for an excuse to finger point us now. Riots at the game is just making things an easy touch for them, yeah. After a night out in Hartlepool, chips, curry sauce, and scraps. Oh, memories. Do you know what? I've never had a night out in Hartlepool, Julie. It's too far for me anyway. It's too far for me to get there. Scraps, not a bag of batter. Hearing quite two fans in the Hugh home end. Oh, God, I hope not.
I've heard there is as well.
Oh, that's not good looking. It's almost 5 o'clock somewhere. I saw Eddie got in and out today. Not sure how Adam P got on, though. I think he did all right. I think he interviewed Terry from The Mad Mistake. He was a really, really good Sunderland YouTuber, I've got to admit. I think some of the stuff he does is really, really good. And he's a passionate Sunderland fan. He did an interview with Adam Pearson the day, and so did Eddie from Tyneside Live. I know Renty was down there, Magpie Channel, and I think he did okay. He was fine getting in. He was there in and out. By the full-time whistle, the stadium would be empty anyway because all the Mackhams would go home early. Scraps, it's batter. Exactly, Ronald.
Absolutely. It is. It's batter.
Unless, it's Scotland. I think they call it scraps up in Scotland. Hartlepool, great in the 80s and 90s. All the nightlife has gone now. It's not the same as what it is now. I agree, Julie. Ronald, depends where you're from. Remember, if you go in the 9 o'clock, it's always 5 o'clock somewhere in the world. Yep. Yeah, it was okay. Adam's log. Yeah, I had a feeling it would be as well. So there you go. We'll get the score predictions just towards when we wrap up the show as well. But let us know your score prediction, guys. What Eddie Howe's starting lineup for B? Can we beat these after it's been a very, very long time? Hopefully, we are going to beat these now because it would be great to get on over these. We're due a win over these now. And with the players we've got as well, we should have enough to take it to them, in my opinion. But we need to go at them. Let's not carry this poor waveform that we've had this season as well, because if we do that, God knows what could happen. God knows what could happen. The price of fish now, I always have a sausage instead. They say, what's small or... Oh, God, I'm not reading the rest of that. Oh, we got a Sunderland fan. He's gone for a 3-2 win. Narrow. Well, that's fair enough. Wow. It's your side. Scraps, I call it from Gateshead Wally. I think it's in Northumberland. They call it scraps as well. Okay, fair enough. 3-1 for him for us. Isak, Longstaff and Miley. Geordie Lad, it's banter. Catch your own beer, Viking, not me. Oh, so there you are. There you go. But it is a big game on Saturday. We get this win on Saturday. It's crucial. It's absolutely crucial. 8-0 win. Isak brace, Gordon brace, Miggy brace, Miley Longstaff.
Oh. Miggy can't hit the target. How's he going to score too?
You 3-1-2, says Lewis. Big battered Cumberland, says Clarkey.
Hey, I'll tell you what though, Pete. That Darwin Núñez for Liverpool, he's absolutely shocking, isn't he? I mean, look, there's chances he could have had and he missed. It's a good job he don't go in the red light district in Liverpool because he couldn't score in the brothel either.
Oh, I know.
Can't score goals, so he couldn't score in the brothel, could he?
I would love it. I would love it. Love it if Miley scores, says Lewis. Big battered sausage is a Friday night show. Unfortunately, the show's not happening tomorrow because I've got things on, unfortunately. Bristolian bangers. Scraps in the heat. Nay away, says Ronald. 4-3 to us. Game of the season goes from Isak to Gordon and Bruno, says Julie. Okay, then, right. Well, then we'll get our score predictions in. So I'll start with you, Tony.
Well, before our run of form, when this draw came out, I thought, yeah, we can stuff these twats. We can stuff these 5-0 easily. But now I've changed my tune since then because we haven't been playing brilliantly. We haven't been at our best. We know we can play well.
Mm-hmm.
And we've got to stop using fatigue and injuries as an excuse now because, look, just got to get on with it. We've got a strong enough team there. I think we can win it. But I think it's going to be a tough game. I think it'll be a tough game. And I think we'll nick it 2-1.
Okay,
And I think Gordon will score where the Sunderland fans are and just wind them up something rotten with a celebration right in front of them. So I think we'll win because remember Gordon's played in Everton derbies with Liverpool, so he knows what the derbies are like. I know it's a different type of derby to their derby, but again, he's been in that atmosphere. So yeah, I'm going 2-1 win. I know that sounds a bit bad, but it's just I'm thinking of the way we're playing at the moment. I'll take anything.
Yeah, fair enough. And your goal scorers as well, Tony?
Anthony Gordon and Isak.
Okay, then, right. I'm going to say for my score prediction, I'm going to go Sunderland 1, Newcastle United 3. I think for them, it'll be Pritchard. And for us, I'm going to say Isak twice. And I'm going to say Big Joe Linton as well to get the goals for us. So there you go. 4-2, 2-1 Newcastle. 4-2 says Whitro. 4-0 says Paul. Hope you're keeping well, Paul.
To
as
who,
well,
though?
so. Oh, it's got to be to us. Paul to who? Listen, in Newcastle 4. I think fatigue and injuries would be a problem 5-0 to us. Imagine scoring a win, going in the mental end. Absolutely. I just hope we don't sit back like we tend to do on away games. Hopefully, we cannot do that.
Yeah.
Really cannot afford to do that as well. So let's hope that doesn't happen. So there you are. Well, guys, so we're pretty much going to start to wrap up the show. So we'll let you know what's coming up. So, unfortunately, Penny's Football Live Show will not be on tomorrow. Unfortunately, I've got stuff on. Unfortunately, we'll be back next week. But Saturday will be the watch along. So come and tune in for that. And either on the same day or the next day will be the match review and the player ratings, of course, as well. So do keep an eye out for that coming as well. And we'll let you know what we got coming out for the rest of next week as well. So, yeah. Oh, no, food picks. I know. Sorry, Coffee. Be back next week, though. Just hope we don't sit back. They get the hot dog sausage in a burger bun. I love that as well. Will there be any plans for banners flying above the stadium? I don't know. We'll wait and see. So there you are. And Tony, what's coming up on All Black and White TV?
Again, I'll be doing a preview tomorrow night. So do catch me for that. And then on Saturday morning at, I think the time's now because it's 1:15 kickoff, isn't it? So, so 11 a.m. I'll be doing the pre-match. So come and join me for the pre-match. And I think the team news is normally out a little bit earlier than it is in the Premier League. So I think it's about an hour and a quarter. So join me on Saturday morning for the pre-match at 11 a.m. Where I'll bring you the both lineups as well. So do catch me on that. And then obviously sometime over the weekend there'll be a match review as well. So do catch me on that one as well. And must point out I'm only 9 subscribers away from 1,100 now.
Oh, nice one. So it's Tony's channel. It's All Black and White TV. Get subscribing if you haven't already done so. Your channel as well. A Sunderland fan has put a Sunderland and Shearer statue outside the ground. What a dickhead!
Yes.
I've not seen that. Great show tonight, Pete and Tony. Come on the mic too, and great show, guys. Remember to like, guys. Cheers, Cloggy. Cheers, Pete and Tony. All the best, gentlemen. You as well, White Trout. Let's get PD to 10K subs this year. Oh, that would be great. Great shows and all. Cheers, Julie. Yes, coffee. Good night, everyone. Take care. You as well, Julie. Bye, PD and all. Have a nice kind of ace lager. Lol. Have a Newcastle. Great show. Restroom, we've done the same to their statue. All right, then, have we? Good job. You're not going. You might have bumped into the 2 Sunderland scrubbers. Oh, Jesus.
Oh, God, those 2. Yeah, Jesus Christ, honestly, yeah. But yeah. And it was nice to see on New Year's Eve, Pete, in the Metro Centre, by the way.
It was, yes, definitely was, Tony. I remember.
Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. Ed Pickford attending the derby, is he? Beer put a Sunderland sit on it. Anyway, guys, remember, guys, if you have enjoyed, remember to hit the thumbs up. It does keep us up those search results. So please do remember to hit the likes. And of course, please, if you're brand new to the channel, if you're not yet subscribed and you're really, really enjoying what goes on the channel, please smash that subscribe button. Completely free to do so. It just helps me the channel grow as well. And of course, remember to hit that bell notification. It will let you know whenever a live show pre-recorded video does take place on the day. So please do hit that bell notification to keep you notified on what is upcoming. And if you want to donate the channel, feel free to do so. And if you want to consider becoming a member for just 99p a month, just hit the join button as well. And you'll be put into the next prize draw as well that we do on this channel. So yeah. I'll just wrap for these comments. No Toon shirt, put the Sunderland shirt on. Shearer really hates us. They are daft like, well, yeah. Anyways. Well then, guys, enjoy the rest of your night, whatever you're doing, and I will catch you back on Saturday for the watch along. Until then, everyone, see you later. How are the lads?
How are the lads?